I grew up in a small town called Sturgis, Saskatchewan. It has about 650 population. There really wasn't much to do but play sports, or if you're farmer sports. And then lacrosse was kind of the main popular sport. So we had a couple of coaches that were pretty predominant in lacrosse.
We started playing lacrosse in grade 6, and then again right through till grade 12 and 1 year after.
So it's kind of like one of those things where if you didn't play lacrosse, you were kind of frowned upon in the school system. Not really frowned upon, but like it was kind of the thing to do.
Chris was an all-round athlete. Very good at just about anything that he put his mind to.
I always wanted to be above and beyond. So when I did have my brothers pushing me, I always wanted to compete with them. And obviously my brothers are 2 years and 4 years older than me. So that was a huge development gap.
I kind of told him, well, Chris, if you go into hockey, you're going to get creamed.
Watched by Lesanko, now top of the kill zone-ish.
Because he was so small. But he could fight his way through lacrosse. It was his passion.
They kind of set the bar high, and I didn't want to fall behind. So it was kind of one of those things is either you practiced and kept up with them, or you just didn't bother and you would go behind.
Even though his small stature, he played like he was 6 feet tall in anything he did. So he always strived, he would go with the big guys. He wasn't scared, or he wouldn't back down.
Chris's personality is aggressive, always trying to get what he wants, right? Like when we played sports, and that's a good thing, right? I'm going back to that sport mentality.
Chris Lesanko's talent as a lacrosse player appeared to have no end. 2 seasons with the Yorkton Bulldogs and a number of scholarships later, Lesanko found himself at Bishop's University in Quebec, with both lacrosse and academic success.
They were the most competitive group.
I actually received the Bishop's Lacrosse MVP award, and then I also received the Male Athlete of Bishop's University in that same year, which was the first time ever outside of football or basketball that a individual received it from a different sport.
I guess what unfolded was that he just fell in love with it. He had an excellent coach, a lot of good friends that played with him.
But I mean, there was lots of times when a lot of people would have given up. And there's times maybe where I was going to or where Chris was going to, but together we were able to kind of continue to push forward. One of us was always, pushing the other one, so.
Thrown by Chris Lesanko. 5 seconds to go.
I was just a young grasshopper with big dreams. I'm not saying I don't have dreams now, but just a lot more struggles and things that I didn't think that I would face, that I actually had to face along the way.
The referee in the corner, Lesanko.
It was actually March 25th of 2005, kind of the evening of Good Friday, which happened to be not so good of a Friday. And it actually fell on my parents' anniversary. So for some odd reason, I heard some rumbling and ruckus in the back room. So I was like, well, I'll go check it out and I'll just leave out the back. One guy just kind of grabbed me and we kind of joked around, wrestled, and he just went to kind of throw me onto a water bed, which was maybe a foot or 2 feet off of the ground. And within seconds, my whole life changed forever.
We got one of those 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls, which nobody likes to hear about.
Whenever we come home at night, the lights are not on, and right there I kind of knew something was up, right?
I guess right at the start it didn't sink in how serious the injury was to me.
And yeah, I think that's when kind of reality set in that this was a lot more severe than, maybe people in the community had thought.
I relived that moment all the time.
Lots of times in a situation like that, you don't really know what to say or what to do. He was the one telling us that it's going to be okay.
My goal every day was just to survive. I found a place in California, came back, and I told Owen, I'm like, man, we got to get this started. And we started to chip away at what is now First Steps Wellness Center.
I think this really sums up Chris in a lot of ways. Never consider the possibility of defeat.
The stubbornness, the determination, the never quit attitude, right? And I think that's what Chris always provides.
I kind of am optimistic, but you don't ever give up hope.
Keep pushing forward, never stop. Doesn't matter how slow you go, just don't stop.